Alright, welcome back to Resident Evil. I keep doing a hand motion every time I say that, but no one can see it, so I don't know why I do it. Anyway, in this video, we are going to finish my least favorite part of the game, at least hopefully. I think we'll be able to get through it. This is my favorite part of my least favorite part of the game. This is when the bees start attacking you, I do believe. Yeah, this is just bees everywhere. This is just so incredibly stupid. There are just some parts in this game where, even though this one you can take a lot more seriously than the original one, it's still Jill Valentine getting, you know, chased down by bees. Or, sorry, wasps. We established that in the last video, that they are, in fact, wasps. Although I do like the way you kill them. It's pretty inventive. That you just, you know, there's a hole in the... Well, thankfully that hole in the wall's there. This wouldn't have been doable without it. But you just gas them all through the wall. And then there's no more bees. Yeah, I don't know. I can't really place what it is exactly that I just dislike about this part of the game. So, through the power of editing, we are now back here. I just took care of some stuff in the save room. And, you know, just save you some time so it's not backtrack central all the time. You know, I kind of like that when they do that. There's just kind of a dead body there. And I don't think that guy ever gets up. He's just there. I like that. You know, it helps the history of, like, this series. Of just, there's just some dead dude there. He doesn't get up, he's not a zombie. I don't really have the room for that right now, just in case I have to pick something important up. That actually reminds me of a gameplay mechanic that they implemented literally at the worst possible time because they never did a game like this ever again. And that was the ability to just drop items in Resident Evil 0. I think that was really useful. Well, it was useful and it wasn't. It was kind of like a double-edged sword, where on the one hand, it was really easy to just clear up inventory space without having to go to an item box to put something, you know, back. Or, oh no, I have to use an herb so I can clear up space, and I don't really want to do that. Just follow what I'm doing here. This is the puzzle. This is actually one of my favorite puzzles. I usually don't like stuff like this, but this one is actually pretty fun. I always enjoy myself doing this one. It's just, you know, you have to switch them to get the picture to be right. But, you know, you can drop an item on the fly. But the bad thing about that is that if you dropped an item that you need, and you're, like, on the complete other end of the map, you do have to go back for it, instead of just straight up being able to just go to an item box, and there it is. So it's got its pros and its cons. Where does this one go? I always mess up at one point. I think I just have to switch the edges a little bit. This one, and this one. The picture's sort of starting to come together. I think we just had to move it, like, a little bit down. Maybe I started from the wrong side. Nope, we're good. How are those practical, though? How do those actually work? Like, you know, you see those all the time. That's like a pretty big trope of, like, the secret compartment in the bookshelf. I assume it's just pressure activated, but how would one like that work, where you have to get the books in a specific order? I don't know, it's a video game, I'm not gonna think about it. That wasn't really worth it. So, as you can see, there are quite a lot of vines around this, this shack. That is hopefully what we should be dealing... No, not hopefully, we'll probably be doing that in this video, hopefully we'll be dealing with that. So we've got some jars. Unfortunately, none of them are filled with dirt. Wow, I just made a jar of dirt joke in 2006. It's not 2006, it's about 10 years after that. Once again, I should probably stop playing this game now because it's like 2:30 in the morning and none of the things that are coming out of my mouth make any sense. So what we gotta do here is we gotta create a spooky mixture. This is how we're gonna want to deal with the vines that are kind of blocking our path and just kind of generally getting in our way. There are two ways to actually go about this. We can make the combination that we're doing currently, or we could just fight it. It is plant 42? Or 43, I might be off. I'm pretty sure it's plant 42, and that is what we're creating here. I have never, ever once in my life found a real good reason to actually fight plant 42, so I always just use this concoction on him. And I'm pretty sure you get something else special for fighting, or not for, killing plant 42 with chemicals. Bear with me here, I never remember what to do correctly here. So, I'm pretty sure we just combine this guy with this one? I hope so. Yeah, I think we're good. VP017, I think, is what we need for right now, and then we take this guy here, number 3. This is dumb. This is unnecessary. I think this just takes a little too long. The V-Volt is the thing that we really want here. And then we just gotta find a place to put it now. So we are now back at the area with the Neptunes. And we have to place the V-Volt, I think, somewhere in here. I think this is how they try and get you, because this is so far away from where you were when you got the V-Volt, that they don't expect you to come here, and they expect you to actually fight Plant 42. That's my theory, anyway. First-time players most likely will not know to do this. Yes, please, I really don't want all these bottles. So now we have 4 open inventory spaces. It's broken and can't be used, just like my penis. What? Why did I say that? The true survival horror. Man, we're just warping all over the place. No, I'm probably just gonna edit back to this point. Ink ribbons. I would say sometimes if you see ink ribbons like this, it's a good idea to just take them and run back to the inventory room or the safe room and just put them away.
What the hell is this thing?
Barry!
Jill!
Where did he get a flamethrower from?
I thought it was finished.
Yeah.
That was close. Thanks
You were
again.
almost a Barry
Don't mention it.
sandwich.
But what was that? What the hell's going on in this place?
You know something I always forget? Just looking at Barry's face sometimes, he looks like Chris Benoit. And like, that's the worst thing that could ever possibly happen, is that Barry looks like Chris Benoit.
Barry.
Something about that mansion still bothers me.
I wonder
I'll
what
stay
it
here a little
is.
longer. We should split up again and investigate.
All right.
These characters are dumb and stupid. Something about that zombie-infested mansion bothers me. I wonder what it is that bothers you about the zombie-infested mansion, Barry. I mean, Chris Benoit? Is it maybe the zombies in it and the monsters? And the fact that it's got all the dumb puzzles in it? Maybe that's what's bothering you about it? I think we're about to meet a real cool guy in this hallway.
Wesker.
Jill, so you're safe.
That's what I was going to say.
I apologize. It was all I could do to protect myself against those strange creatures.
I understand. Anyway, it's good that you're safe.
Did you notice? Barry, he sounded a little flaky.
Now that you mention it, yeah. I'll keep a close eye.
Maybe it's quite natural under these circumstances. It's not really our standard operation. Jill, our first priority is to get out of here.
I agree.
There are still rooms in that mansion we can't get into because they're locked up. I've been looking for ways to...
Okay, if there's anything, I'll go back to the other mansion.
I'm counting on you.
That line delivery was terrible. If there's anything, I'll go back to the mansion. So, Wesker in this game is voiced by Peter Jessup, who is he's whatever as Wesker. He's not as good as Richard Waugh, and he's definitely not as good as DC Douglas, but he's definitely better than OG. You know, OG, stop it! Don't open that door, Wesker. But, yeah, Wesker's still a cool guy. Doesn't matter who he's voiced by. Wesker will always be the best. And I don't quite understand why Jill doesn't just say, hey, Wesker, let's team up so we don't get lost. Probably because all these characters are dumb. Anyway, see you in the next video.